Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Beautiful Hat Podcast. I really hope you enjoyed last week's episode, because I only uploaded that like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it happens. You know, as
long as it hits.
we'll say technical errors. It was Spotify.
YouTube's fault.
yeah, YouTube's fault. Yeah, totally YouTube's. Not the guy who runs the laptop. Not at all.
Pay no attention to the man behind the computer.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain. But yeah, welcome to another amazing episode of this platform that you guys come and listen to. I am one of your hosts, Victor, with always
Walker, one of your other hosts.
And I'm the new one, Mace.
Yeah. But we're the one thing I wanted to kick off with is, you guys see that video going around of that black kid in New York slamming that chick down?
Yo.
What? No, I don't think I have.
Okay.
That is crazy.
So there was a video circling around the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think I saw it for the first time a week or so ago.
That's
and
when I saw it.
It had already been circulating for a couple
So
days.
this black kid was asking some white chick, like, your number, right? Hey, girl, give me your number. And she turned around and was like, I don't want to give you my number. I was trying to walk off.
Okay, yeah.
So he got in her way and then ended up, like, following her and fucking body slamming her. While she's unconscious, fucking stomps on her head.
Yeah, like
That
she is out cold and her head sideways on the sidewalk. And I haven't seen the uncensored video since the very first day. But yeah, he literally looks at her, looks at his buddy holding the camera, and just vineyard stomps right on the side of her head.
Right.
And just walks away. There's cabs and cars driving past, people walking around and shit. And typical New York, nobody sees nothing.
Yes.
Oh, God. Like, I mean, at least there's video footage of it. Like, he's probably definitely...
He's wearing a mask.
No. They found who it was.
Oh, did they?
And his mom appeared in court saying, "Oh, she was bullying him. She put her hands on him."
That is not what the video showed at all. She
Yeah.
was actively trying to get around this guy at an intersection, and he pushed forward so much that she turned around to walk around the parked car.
But you know what? Let's bring racism back to the table and say, of course, it's a black kid.
Behavior.
They want to get out of depression, but look what they're doing now.
Yeah, a future doctor or lawyer right there. He was just doing his civil duty and protecting himself. Protecting yourself is body slamming someone to the ground and doing the most lethal strike possible after they've been disarmed.
Well, you know what? I guarantee if someone in their right mind saw that, guess what that motherfucker's getting? He's getting a permanent smile.
Oh, no, that is like 100% second-degree murder. That it sure isn't premeditated.
Wait, you know what?
But,
Before anything, because Timmy's and I'm the only one drinking tonight, apparently.
Yes, what do you got here, Victor? Just another cider?
Cider, yeah.
Oh, very nice.
They don't poke the bear at Foodland anymore.
Oh,
So mad.
gosh darn.
I really like that one.
It's a Canadian brand, though, right? You think they would be carrying
I
it?
believe so.
Can't get it at the Lickbo either.
I haven't looked.
No.
I'm too lazy to walk.
Yeah, fair. Drive past it 3 times a day.
Well,
No.
Foodland's right there, so I go to Foodland, get my groceries. Oh, look, beer.
Well, I'm not saying, like, LCBO's like another little bit out of the way.
Yeah.
You gotta pull into that weird spot off the Main Street Park. And that
You're not wrong. That
parking
little
lot.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But going back to that video, it's fucked up, and his mom tried to justify his actions.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know
because
what?
it's the mothers, it's these bad parents that actually don't teach their children accountability or what it means to have manners or be an operational member of society.
Because what's going to happen is, we're black, we get kicked down all the time. It's like, have you been an average white dude in the last fucking 20 years?
Yeah, like
We are the minority now.
like the race card makes no sense in this situation because like it doesn't apply. It's quite simply he got rejected and then he over fucking reacted.
He reacted like a little baby.
Little baby.
You know what? Be a fucking... Oh, well, I can't really say a dad figure because I don't know if his dad was there, came back.
He went out to get milk.
I found a shirt on Teen U, and the shirt legit has a raccoon with a milk jug saying, "I have a dad that always comes back with the milk."
Oh, that's so good.
But yeah, I want to bring that video up because it's fucking been on my Facebook for a little bit.
What about that other video?
What the one?
The fucking Trump assassination.
Oh my God!
I've seen a lot of videos about it, like especially the guy casing the joint. I've seen security footage of that.
You guys see the video of the stage that has the shots right
Oh,
now?
man.
People are tripping out this morning because J.D. Vance was picked up and carried off stage first while Trump's looking around wondering what's going on still.
Trump was chill as fuck. He was just like, oh, I'm not...
Apparently, from what I was reading, he had a press release drafted up already anticipating something happening.
I mean, he's been poking a lot of feathers or like a lot of bears lately.
Like, his PR's like, we have a speech for if it goes good, we have a speech if it goes well.
Well, we have a speech to not get shot at, we have a speech to get shot at.
Did you guys see the reactions from Erica Kirk
Oh
afterwards?
my
She was
God.
bawling and freaking out, and like people are comparing it to after like her husband died, and like the difference is crazy.
Man,
like, she's more upset after Trump being shot at near her.
There's this video of her like, I just want to go home, and there's another fucking politician afterwards. Like, man, that's the most coolest shit I've ever witnessed.
Man, I can't remember who it was, but apparently during everything going down, there was one CIA dude who like got up from his table, drew his gun and everything, with a drink in hand. Didn't spill his drink, nothing. Was looking around ready to go with his double scotch and fucking the rock in his hand.
Well, there's a lot of people going through the footage, and there's one footage of a protester in the back with a poster. He's walking up, poster gone to his face. So people are thinking half those videos are AI.
Yeah, there's a good amount of them that are AI, because he got stopped in the hallway. The initial shots that are heard on stage are the actual security team taking pistol shots at the guy running in with a rifle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he himself didn't actually get any shots off.
No, he didn't get any shots off. Like, even though he cased the joint, he almost got past security. Like, it was...
That video that I had sent to the chat, that was crazy. Him casing everything out. And then, like, that one cop with the dog just awkwardly looking into that closet room and, like, hey,
well,
as soon as he turns around.
Like, the dog was clearly alerting. Like, that's
you could see the dog walked away, but then instantly went back into the room. And you knew that the dog, it was doing something. Because those dogs are super well trained. Like, even if a fucking cat...
Okay, I'm going to stop you guys there, because I legit made a comment in our Facebook group that no one is allowed to look at, because God fucking forbid. That's a whole entire episode.
Oh, God,
Jesus Christ, I already said that.
We'll cook on that another time, because there's a lot of information still coming.
Today, we are talking about pyramids and
yes, we're going to get to
finally.
Well, I don't know if we're going to talk about, like, movies and, like, actual pyramids and mummies.
I mean, that was my thing, too. I didn't know which way we were going, so when I did my little quick research here, I got shit on, like, fucking a whole bunch of things with it, like the digs, fucking the lies, the British people stealing them all.
I'm sorry, when we were discussing what we were doing, because, we talked about mummies, my brain went straight to the mummy.
Well, I'm down with that. Fucking, did you hear that Rachel Weisz turned it down?
What, Edie?
Yep.
Why?
So now, apparently, what they're trying to do with the movie is retconning, I believe, 3.
3 does not longer exist.
But they're thinking of retconning it because that was the first movie without Evie. If they're redoing it now without Evie, they may go back to the third story and make that canon.
They need to stop. they need to fucking stop.
So is this Mummy movie a sequel then?
It was supposed to be.
Okay.
All the original actors had signed on at the beginning, but apparently something happened recently and Rachel Weisz has dropped out. And she was the original Evie, Brendan O'Connell's fucking wife, female lead and everything.
Because is Brian O'Connell coming back?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brandon Fraser.
Yeah, Brandon Fraser's coming back. The Magi guy's coming back. The Weird Brothers coming back. Everybody that's
Jonathan's coming back. Yeah. I'm so fucking... I was so hoping for watching the stupid third one they made, and like after Jonathan thought there was never going to be a mummy again until he met another mummy. Like, what the... Why didn't you just make a movie of that? Like, that would have been fucking amazing. Because, like, the actor who plays Jonathan is the most fucking funniest character.
He's so good. But, like, I honestly, because of how well he did in the Mummy series, I've probably seen him elsewhere. I cannot place him in any fucking thing else. He is Jonathan in my mind.
He is Dominus from Spartacus and Jonathan in my brain.
Wait, he's in Spartacus?
Yep, he plays the Dominus that's by Spartacus and gets
in 300. Sorry,
no, not 300. No, Spartacus is his own thing.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
But yeah,
okay, maybe I haven't seen it.
As legit, we were discussing it at work, and all I could think is like that scene where like Jonathan's running, the car is running, it's like Everybody's like with swords and shit.
That was such a good movie.
Man, I love Grandpa for buying me those fucking movies. I remember getting them at Christmas too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just so you know, this is from Grandpa. Oh, what the fuck? I still have those copies too.
Really?
Yes, I still have original copies.
I remember those movies being absolutely traumatizing as a child.
Man, they were intense.
Dude, those movies were the reason why I like Uncharted.
Okay.
Wow, I like fucking Tomb Raider. Like anything, like Indiana Jones. No, Mummy.
Yeah, the Mummy opened all of those doors. It was crazy.
Even though the Indiana Jones came first.
Yeah.
But no, fuck that. The Mummy, and then Indiana Jones. You know what? The Mummy's Mummy.
Yeah.
I think the Mummy kind of led to things like National Treasure as well. It's there was an era in the 2000s where it was all about archaeological or
the first movie came out in 1999.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, don't ask me how I know.
That's the year you got it for Christmas.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a remake of the original movie from the 30s. I think 1936 the first one came out.
The original MonsterVerse.
Yep. And that's
also when Tom Cruise's remake of The Mummy was supposed to be a couple years ago, but it bombed so horribly that they canceled the entire fucking universe.
I don't know why.
Damn, okay.
I really liked that movie.
It wasn't bad, but I don't think it justified them creating the MonsterVerse over it. Because they were supposed to have Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, all of them.
They already did that with Dracula Untold. Dracula Untold was the first one.
Oh, yeah. And then The Mummy was technically a sequel or an offshoot of that in the same universe. And it was supposed to branch out.
To the Blue Lagoon, Jekyll and Hyde.
It was supposed to be huge.
Yeah, but the thing is, they just threw away money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how many fucking other movies flop and they fucking make sequels and shit to it? Like, look at fucking Sharknado, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, God. I'm kind of glad they stopped making those movies.
Oh, sweet.
I remember the joke for so long being that, even in Back to the Future, it was, supposed to be Sharknado 12 coming out. That now it's the Fast and the Furious that are...
That wasn't Sharknado. That was Jaws 30.
It was Jaws?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Jaws
Sharknado.
30, yeah.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, when Marty McFly ends up going with Doc Brown in 2015, there's a hologram of Jaws, or Jaws 30.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was Sharknado because, the tornado was eating the shark at him.
No, and honestly, after they did that movie, Jaws actually made a whole commercial for Jaws 30. It was fucking hilarious.
You can't not pass up on it. It's good marketing.
No, because they did it for 2015.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
What a way to bring it back to the limelight.
Yeah. But, the fucking, it's because, the curse of the,
the Dragon Emperor, or what is it?
No, it goes the Mummy Return, and then the
Scorpion King.
Nope. Scorpion King is its own thing.
Scorpion King is different? Okay. So
sorry. What movie had the Scorpion King in it? The first
The Mummy Returns.
It was the second one, right?
It was the second one because they introduced the Scorpion King.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
because technically in the lineage thing, that would make the Scorpion King number 3, but it wasn't the Mummy 3.
No.
Okay.
Because the Scorpion King, the movie with The Rock
was an offshoot.
Was like a prequel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it showed him getting the army of Anubis.
Nope.
Yeah.
It had nothing with that.
Was that not?
Nope. The army of the Anubis was in the movie. Yeah, remember, you're talking to your brother here that watched that movie religiously.
I haven't watched it in a while.
Well, you want to borrow it on DVD?
No, I've got it on the hard drive.
Okay, good. I have it on special edition too. But yeah, there's that movie branched off so well, but then got so stupid. I only watched the fucking Dragon Temple one.
That's the one with Jet Li, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I watched that one once. It was so fucking stupid.
So the Dragon Temple is the third one. Then.
Yeah, it was so fucking stupid.
I know for sure I've seen Scorpion King in the first one. I don't know if I've seen the second. Definitely haven't seen the third.
The third one is cool and all because
that's the one with the kid and the bracelet, isn't it?
No, that's the second one.
That's okay. What the fuck?
So nothing memorable at the third one.
No,
it's so bad. It is so fucking bad. Legit. Fucking Brandon Fraser makes the comments hey son, I've dealt with mummies before. Yeah, you dealt with one twice. Twice, Dad. Twice.
Was it even the same kid in the third one?
It wasn't the same actor, but it was the same kid.
All right.
But there's a theory out there that he's adopted in the second movie because Rick and Evie end up hitching it in, I think it was like 1926, I believe it is in the first one. But in the second one, it's 1934, and the kid's 12.
Yeah, he should be 8, right?
Yeah. So they're thinking that he's adopted. So I want to know more of the backstory on that because it'd be cool. Like real life shit. Like, did Evie have like complications of getting pregnant, or did they just like, you know what, we're too old for this shit. This is adopt a kid.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll see something in the new movie because there's definitely gonna be a rewrite if Evie's not gonna be in it.
If they don't put her in, they need to make sure no one else plays her.
I feel like there might be a flashback sequence because, like, if they're gonna address the whole like adoption or like kids sort of storyline, it might be like, oh, she passed away from cancer. Here's the kid like getting to know her, or like here's Brendan Fraser like remembering her character.
I could see that.
But what I wanted them to do for the third one is had nothing to do with Brendan Fraser's character or Evie, and just have their kid.
Oh, okay, like a
Mighty Max kind of deal.
Yeah. Like just like have his own thing.
Yeah.
Like
following his father's legacy kind of deal, or
because that was doing. He's like more following his mom, but he had his dad tricked to be the treasure hunter, right?
Yeah.
So just doing all that shit, that would have made more sense for the fucking Dragon Temple to do it on his own.
Yeah.
And then maybe have Brendan Fraser appear in like a moment of the movie, like in the beginning or the end. It's like, hey, I heard you have trouble. Why didn't you call? Right?
It's like 10 o'clock. Where have you been?
Exactly. Your mom would be furious. But like it's I want them to make it the fourth one because I just love the franchise so much. Mm-hmm. But I don't want them to ruin it.
Yeah, and that's my big thing when franchises look to extend beyond usually the third movie. I think a trilogy is a safe place to end things.
Yeah,
usually,
100%.
Usually by the third movie, you're stretching a lot of your story anyways.
Yeah.
So, like...
there's a few series that have pulled it off. I'll say that.
There is a couple. Mm-hmm. There is a couple. But, like, usually by the third, especially if you go in fourth, fifth, like Fast and Furious.
Oh my God.
You gotta really buy yourself into it.
And
it's terrible. Especially with a franchise that, like, you used to love as a kid or something.
Yeah. And that's the thing, with Fast and the Furious, people loved it because, it's about fucking street racing. Oh, it's about drugs this time. Oh, it's about fucking drifting? Holy shit. Now,
why is Vin Diesel in a skyscraper with a Ford?
It's like, why is Paul Walker a cop again after being chased by the cops? What the fuck's going on? Mm-hmm. And like, it just veered off. Like, but the reason for that is because they got in a lot of shit and sued a lot.
Well, yeah, especially with the first movies. I remember, like, when the first movie came out and there was that big transport truck scene. That's the reason why nowadays you see those skirts on the side of transports, because kids seen that and they're like, "Oh, my car could fit underneath the transport."
People genuinely tried it. There was like a series of accidents in the U.S., and that's why they became regulations.
But the thing is, what I don't understand is that after watching 7 and watching that fucking scene at the end, me and my buddies watched that. And, like, we were, like as grown men do, we don't cry, but we cried. Because, like, we followed the franchise so long. It's like when we heard, like, this is going to, we all knew going
the Paul Walker send-off.
We all knew the ending was going to be sad because Paul Walker died.
Yeah.
We're like, why? Just why? And then, like, okay, like, that was a good send-off. But they're doing their own thing. Vin Diesel's finally getting gas.
I think that would have been a nice natural end to the series there.
But then Paul Walker's like, family, and we're not done. Like, fuck off. And then now they're thinking about bringing his character back.
Yeah, with his real life brother. Like, what?
I remember they let his brother play the rest of Paul Walker's parts just because, like, he had died mid-shoot.
It was the scenes that, like, he didn't require like talking.
Yeah, it was like back to the camera type scenes and like through crowd scenes and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah, like, are they going to do that again?
If anybody from Universal is Universal, right? I think it's Universal.
I believe so, yeah.
So if they're listening to this episode right now, because I'm going to fucking tag them in. If they're going to end the Fast and the Furious, because that's apparently the last trilogy of 10, is going to be the last one. The
11th? Am I crazy? No?
Yeah, they're doing a fucking trilogy for 10.
Wouldn't it be funny if it ends up them all as bike messengers?
or door dashers.
No. What ends up is that actually it's Vin Diesel's fault for Mad Max World's actually happening.
Oh gosh, I've seen those
gasoline shortage.
Yeah, because everyone's like, what?
Where's all the gas gone?
No, but like it'd be like a good send off for like an old, like let's say like an old past Paul Walker's evil, like villain to come back, and his brother comes in like, we need to do this last thing because they killed Paul, like Brian, and that's what Brian said in this video, and like it's just an audio, and like an AI is like fucking voice and shit.
Yeah.
With the proper legal team, and say, you know what, like we'll give you guys donations and shit to the charities you liked.
Well, we can do this. They could ultimately do the same thing they did with James Earl Jones at this point. Like, there's enough genuine voice lines out there that they could build a voice profile and just have it say anything they want.
I remember fucking even back when I was a kid, they did that with Marlon Brando. With one of the last movies he did. Okay. He died mid-shoot or just before he finished up, and he was sick at the time, so they kind of were trying to advance his parts quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But they
who was that?
Marlon Brando. The guy, Don Corleone from The Godfather.
Oh, yeah.
One of his last movies, he ended up passing before it was released or finished or whatnot. But they ended up, like, hack-jobbing audio from all of his previous movies to finish it out.
Yeah.
Before we had fucking
AI, voice recognizer, like, essentially voice modulators.
Yeah, like, they would have actually been cutting, snipping fucking film reels and shit from the 70s and 80s.
Oh, yeah.
To piece his voice back together.
You gotta appreciate the effort for that.
Right?
And really, they can't do the Godfather. You come to me, my daughter is there.
Never want to invite me for coffee and cake.
that is the most fucking coolest movie ever.
Man. See, and that's another movie that stopped at the very perfect time. Godfather 1, epic. Godfather 2,
No.
Godfather fucking 3,
No!
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No!
All right.
Yes.
I will fucking
I
you
love
up.
the third Godfather.
The third one sucked.
You just don't like stories ending.
No.
Wait.
Whoa. Okay. Part 1 was amazing how they edited, okay, Michael's gonna do all this shit now because he didn't want to be part of the family, but now he's the family.
Yep.
The second one, he's in deep after telling his wife, you know what, after this year I'm done. After this year I'm done. After this year I'm done. Fucking killed his brother and all that bullshit. They just ruined it for the fucking third one because, we gotta add a Vatican in it now. Well, you come to me because you want like $3 million for your church? What's in it for me? Some bullshit. Oh, okay, that's fine. And then ends up having his daughter die in the end?
So you were thinking it was just a lazy write.
Yeah.
We gotta meet our quota, Godfather 3.
It would have been fucking better if he turned around, jumped in front of his daughter, took the fucking bullet, and his daughter took over the fucking family.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. But you're saying one scene would have changed the whole movie for you, though?
That's on the whole, yes, Godfather 2 is an epic. All three of them are fucking epic movies.
Oh, they were quoted religiously throughout the media, right?
God.
Yeah.
But I think on the whole, 3 trumps 2.
Okay.
No. I say 1 trumps 3 and 2.
Well, yes.
only because the one scene when he ends up waking up and he sees red, like, what the fuck is this? Opens his sheath and his dead horse's head. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because they got in a lot of shit for that one.
Did they actually use a real horse head in that scene?
So what happened was they were doing like the fake horse head for that scene.
Okay.
And the director's like, no,
doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right. No one's gonna buy that this is a real horse. So what they did. So what they did is that there's some horse slaughtering place where they were filming,
making glue, whatever.
No, they were like, hey, like have a picture of the horse. That one's gonna die. Okay, we need the head. You can tell that's a real horse because of the eyes. You can tell it's fucking done.
There's like a certain glossiness, especially with larger animals like that. You can tell. Yeah.
You can definitely tell the guy like already knew it was in the bed. He's like, like his fucking screaming was so fake. But Like, yeah, just so you know, if you don't take this offer, something bad's gonna happen. That was the whole stick.
Yep.
But going back to the mummies.
Well, I got some goofy stuff about mummies.
Okay.
Yeah, so mummy or mummification has happened like in a few places around the world. It's a practice that's kind of been as old as 10,000 BC. Yeah, they found a few mummies in the Chinese from the Chinese dynasty.
The monk mummies.
Mm-hmm.
Those mummies are crazy. I've read some weird things about some of those monks.
So they're not barbecued?
No. So
they essentially like live super long and like they die of natural causes to the point where like their body shrivels up. Like everything is shut down naturally and like they've exhausted all their resources. And when they've dried out, like they get sealed in their prayer positions. And stuff.
Like some of those golden Buddhist monks have been put into CT scans and there's bones and shit in them. Mm-hmm. And they're literally they like, can't prove it without obviously cracking them open. But there's no obvious seals or anything except on the bottom. So it's like those monks died in their weird cross-legged, cross-hand positions, shriveled up, and then were fucking encased in bronze or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So they were essentially turned into statues or immortalized.
So Kyle Ken kind of ran out.
What?
Kyle Ken kind of ran out.
Kyle Ken? Oh, gosh.
Oh, sorry, is that too soon?
I mean, 2,000 years too late, but yeah.
Well, that's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah, so like they've been found in Nepal, and like a few of it didn't happen a lot in like regular China, but like the actual emperors, it was a practice kind of like 4,000 years ago. They wouldn't mummify them per se, but they would seal them in like very airtight chambers, no humidity at all, and the body would be preserved or mummified that way, essentially because it was a very perfect tomb, didn't decay, you have found mummies there. Then there's like the mummies everybody knows about, like typically in ancient Egypt, where mummification was actually like a common practice for them.
And it was a huge, big ordeal too. Mm-hmm. Like there was like so much to it. It was a big ceremony and thing. And like
for Egyptians specifically, they believed it was a way to preserve the soul by like essentially making sure the body didn't decay. It like led them safe passage, and it was something that they practiced a lot on their animals. And very commonly in Egypt, there's a lot of cat mummies. Like they found countless amounts of cat mummies.
There's a reason for that.
Well, they hide guardians of the underworld.
Yeah.
Cats are a sacred creature to the Egyptians.
So if you watch The Mummy, that's why when Brandon
hey yo, if I would hit any Egyptian god, it would be Bast. The best cat girl of all time. But yeah, no, gosh, fucking, they would do it to all kinds of animals because they believed that was a good sacred tradition, and it was didn't happen to humans as much because like when they did it, it was like you were saying,
it was a
ritualistic embalming.
Yeah.
Apparently, like when they would do it, it would take somewhere between like 24 to 48 days because they had to autopsy.
Not only that, they had to like prepare the body in a certain way so that it didn't decay in a normal manner, right? So they could harvest things properly, and like so it itself would still be like in the Mummy when they open Imhotep's fucking tomb and they're like, he's still juicy.
Yep.
Like some mummies, when they opened some of those tombs, there was like fluid in the bottom. Some of them were wrapped and prepared so perfectly that there was still some tissue left.
Mm-hmm. Well, in generations later, because those tombs were sealed so well, because the caskets were essentially huge stone like doors,
and they were like Russian fucking those
the
Russian
nesting
eggs. Yeah, they were a coffin inside a casket, inside a sarcophagus, inside a bigger fucking box.
So they were extremely protected. Like they cared a lot about preserving these bodies. So like there's clearly a connection between ancient Egyptians and wanting to send the soul off and keeping these bodies preserved that they really reserve for high-end people as well as their pets.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great, because like honestly, like watching The Mummy, I'm gonna fucking reference that a lot.
Mm-hmm. It is like
I feel like it did a good amount of research to make it friendly for the
aside from it being like an obvious family movie, it had decent qualities to it,
and it had a lot of historic facts in it too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
because when they find Imhotep's fucking place of rest, they don't find them yet, and Evie's just sitting there just fucking talking. Yeah, you know how they do the scramble your brains? just take a hot rod, scrambled eggs, and pull it out.
That's kind of accurate. They actually essentially dumped a acidic solution into their nose to liquefy it, and then they could drain it with a straw. Essentially, it made it a lot easier to get the brain out.
Well,
that's why mummies always have their skulls intact.
I think that's why when she said scrambled eggs, it sounded more better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, in the mummy specifically, that's also not a ritualistic mummification.
Oh no, not for images.
That was a punishment, so that he was alive.
He hung die.
Yeah, he was alive allegedly through that, and
I
tried to look into that. I didn't find too much about it, just natural curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, a mummification was usually reserved for pharaohs, for fucking high priestess and shit like that.
So Epstein kind of people.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't viewed as a punishment. They wanted the mummification process to send you off to be in the afterlife complete and ready to go with all of your possessions, your favorite pets and whatnot.
Well, similar to the monks, it's an ascension.
An ascension. If you committed a vast crime or something, or fucking something against religion, they're not going to do that to you. They would put you in a box, throw you in the water or something weird. Something like
put
a
you
brazen bull, maybe.
Yeah.
But where was I about to go with that?
I'll just take over a little bit here. From my reading, I was finding that there's a lot of ways that they describe the rituals and how they were performed, how they would do some of the embalming. There's not one whole record. In fact, there's they have found 2 copies of a manual that essentially talks about mummification and embalming from the Egyptians. Both are partial manuals, so you can get a lot from them, but it's still not complete. One of the biggest things is there's no specific reason in any of their scripture, in any of their lore, apart from what we believe to be their need to be tied to the spirit world, tied to our world, or that feeling of ascension. Otherwise, we don't know why they practice mummification so often and so commonly. Because for us, it's our loved ones are dead, we trust they go to heaven, we trust they're going whatever, we can burn their body, we can bury the body. It's a lot simpler for us, but in Egypt, those extra steps clearly meant something else.
Yeah, and I've always thought, a little awkward that it was, what we're taught anyways, that it was reserved for high-class pharaohs, priests, stuff like that, people of sheer importance back then. But if you look back at how many were found in the late early to late 1800s, there was a lot of mummies found.
Yep.
A lot. And we have records of certain pharaohs and gaps and all that through ancient Egypt from digs and whatnot.
Tutankhamun.
King Tut, King Ramses, or Pharaoh Ramses or whatever, Cleopatra, stuff like that. We know of the big ones.
Yep.
But we found hundreds, if not thousands, of mummies between that last 100 years before the turn of the 19th century. So, where'd they all come from? If they're only high-ranking, or was it every government official, technically?
I think it would have been the big ones are the top tier guys.
It's probably the bloodlines over multiple hundreds of years.
Yeah, that was another. It was a bloodline thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was Ramses VI. Cleopatra wasn't even the first Cleopatra. She was the 5th or the 6th one that took the crown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it would make more sense to have it that way, because if you really think if your child dies in that time, it's gonna get that burial.
And I feel like it cuts back to our pyramids episode too, where we've kind of discussed this a lot, where the actual ancient pyramids of Giza, the Great Pyramids, are officially carbon dated to be older than 11,000 years old, older than
they were ancient when the ancient Egyptians were there.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that Egypt has their current record saying our ancestors built this, and they commonly say no, it was built 4,000 years ago or 6,000 years ago. That's roughly their timeline. I like to think that the Great Pyramids, as well as a lot of these other pyramids, existed 11,000 BC, whatever. And when the Great Flood came, it was a large wipeout of this huge society where mummification was a lot more common. So,
I fully believe the Great Flood theory. I refuse to believe that it was anything else. You can see watermarks all throughout any ancient structure in that desert there's levels you can see in the sandstone and the bedrock that wouldn't be there without water erosion.
Yep. Oh, and like the physical channels of where water's flowing through the sandstone.
Yeah, on the Sphinx especially, like going down the sides of it, I've watched videos of like if you could physically put water up on top of the Sphinx, you can see the channels, like you said, that it would run down and find the path of least resistance to the feet or to the ass end of that. And that can't be made.
No.
Gravity did that.
And like we all know from erosion, like especially from water, it takes a good few thousand years to really cut through stone. So if you're seeing channels that are, maybe an inch deep, you know that's been around for a good few thousand years.
And knowing that and looking at how dry that's been for thousands of years, and that sediment is there thousands of years before that.
All right. Another one that I've seen is like Neil deGrasse Tyson covered it, where if you would look at satellite images of Africa, the way the sand flows like across the continent almost looks as like a huge tsunami came across the continent, or like a wave of water came and pushed everything across the continent to form like natural berms. And do you guys remember like geography class in Canada where we talked about how there was the great iceberg or the ice sheet that moved across Canada and
and carved out the fucking what is it, the peninsula or something?
Or like it carves out drumlins. So essentially, like as it's moving, like it creates formations as it catches something, lifts up or whatever, and water flows the same way. So when you're seeing these patterns, you're seeing hills that are like essentially like have what am I trying to say? A more acute angle or like a
slope,
like a much gradual slope on one side and then like a steep drop off on the other, suggesting that there was a large force pushing all this sand and like dirt and earth one direction.
I can see that.
Right?
Crazy.
Like it's crazy little things like that.
And didn't they like prove that like thousands of years ago in Egypt it was like covered in water?
Oh, 100%. Yep.
It wasn't covered. It was like an oasis almost. There was green everywhere. It flourished. You could grow things there. It wasn't just sand that literally absorbed the fucking water.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys ever seen videos of that? People in the dunes of Egypt and shit pouring buckets of water, and the sand just like
it just disappears and gone.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing later. I'm getting high and watching those videos.
Man, I watched one video of some dude pouring water, and he continuously poured it in the same spot, and he would dig around it, and it literally made like a mud tower all the way down. It's just endless sand.
Yeah.
He just keeps pulling it away, pouring more water.
I think I've seen the same video where he's describing that's essentially how sandstone forms, where like the water physically goes as far down as it can,
and that's what makes those columns, because then there's an air gap around it, and that'll slowly dry out, and over years and years and years, it'll turn to fucking like solid rock almost.
Yeah. Well, that was great. Thank you for listening to the pod. I'm kidding.
Oh, sorry. Have you guys taken your shots? There was a little bit of...
not really.
Okay,
that was more geography. I haven't made that a shot yet.
There we go.
You're lucky. But yeah, but the thing is, like, so if you're going to say that it was there before the Egyptians, so the whole thing about the slaves building the pyramids is totally false then.
I don't think, well, I still think the slaves built it with fucking, like, I believe they used that water technique. They used sleds almost. Watched a video, a couple videos actually, of like rails, almost like a railway almost of wooden logs.
I saw that video.
And what they did was they wet the logs and put just a little bit of sand to make like a little bit, and fucking a team of like 20 or 30 people pulled this 1-ton block uphill. Yeah,
it was one guy, the guy who like did that experiment was like one of the guys on the Bigfoot hunter thing.
Yes.
I saw that one, and like it shows you can do it.
Now, what stops that is getting it up the first level. Yeah. You guys lifted it with mine bullets or something. I don't understand that part. But like, it was 100% built by manpower, but sheer endless workforce. I don't think it was slaves. I think the pyramids were built with a purpose, and it wasn't something that the civilization was against. It
was a greater goal that they wanted to accomplish.
Yes, and back then that you didn't have much to go for aside from your people,
Yeah.
right? There wasn't, no, I value my job more than yours.
Yeah.
You guys all worked for a common goal.
Yep.
It was
especially
endless.
when there was monarchies, right? Like, you listen to the guy in charge who says, this is what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, and it wasn't, no, I'm not. So I do believe that it was maybe forced labor, but I don't think it was essentially they were pulling slaves off boats and building it like that.
Because there was a lot of, like, genuine engineering that went into it.
100%.
People
There
talk
was too
about
much
the
planning
precision
and precision into that for it to be slave-driven.
Okay, so riddle be this, Batman. So when you're looking at the pyramids with the carvings and shit, so like you have a fucking drawing of a fucking 14-foot thing and a human being that's 2 centimeters.
That is one thing I was going to say.
and,
like, the blocks for the pyramids specifically weighed far more than a single ton. Like, they were multiple tons. They were, like, pillars the size of this kitchen.
I'm not doubting. I completely believe that they pulled those blocks to make that first 500 block layer or whatever.
Yeah.
How they got the next layer on top of that is beyond.
And there's no way they
talk about internal ramps, because you can see it with a lot of less popular pyramids, that there was, like, internal ramps built into the structure, and those pyramids have smaller limestone blocks. They're a lot more. It's a lot more feasible where when you could take a CT scan of, like, the inside of the pyramid and say, like, oh, we're looking and seeing, like, a genuine, like, ramp structure within, like, the structure of the pyramid. It shows that, like, okay, yes, they were dragging blocks all the way to the top up these very precise ramps, and then building on top of those ramps as they were getting to the layers they were finishing.
Okay.
So, like, that part is true. There are pyramids that have definitely been built that way, not the Great Pyramid.
Yeah.
They show no evidence of those internal ramps.
Well, that's something I was looking into when I was doing my bits on this. Mm-hmm. With all the other pyramids and dig sites and even the quarries around Giza and whatnot, we've found slight tools. Like, we've found some chisel heads. We found some fucking rock material, like chisels and shit like that.
It was a lot of Bronze Age tools. That's like the important
which
thing.
Didn't necessarily survive. Mm-hmm. And shit like hammers. And what I was looking into was a lot of pulley system.
Yes. Rope
and pulleys were not going to last.
Yeah.
Which feeds into what we find fucking half cut fucking 10-pound quartz stones barely out of bedrock, but nothing showing what they did, right? Well, because half the shit they were using was made out of degradable material and bronze, which
it's a very soft metal. It dissolves very quickly.
It'll fucking break apart. It'll fucking splinter. It'll shatter over time. So, what I guess I'm getting, what do you guys think is what built them?
Aliens.
Yeah, you see, I'm kind of on the side of, like, aliens, or they had some higher tech at that point.
No, there's a certain, fuck, what is it?
Oh.
There's a word for the ancient aliens. There's a word for...
Oh, the Anunnaki.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We talked about the Anunnaki a little bit because they're referenced in the Bible. They're kind of referenced in Egyptian culture where, like, they're these tall giant creatures essentially come down to bestow knowledge upon the people of Earth. And, like, you see stuff like that in Maya, like ancient Mayan peoples. Also, they practiced a little bit of mummification. I should note that as well.
Yeah.
If we talk about Peru as well as in Chile, a lot of the South Americas, they practiced a bit of mummification, and they were also an ancient society that did pyramids. There's roughly mentions of these godlike creatures, these large beings that came down and bestowed knowledge.
Obviously with slight differences, but still large beings giving huge knowledge in a time that we couldn't communicate with people fucking 500 feet away.
Yep.
Yes.
and like, the thing is, like, wow, and like with it goes with the city of Atlantis, right? That civilization is proven to be there, but not there.
We talked about that in the pyramids episode too. It's in Egypt, and there's another thing that kind of follows along with the whole tsunami theory is off of the west coast, northeast, southwest of Africa. In the direction all these drumlins and stuff were going, they found a large deposit in the Atlantic Ocean of natural earth metals, like things like gold, things like rubies and sapphires. They found a lot of things like silver. Like
that shouldn't be at the bottom of an ocean.
Shouldn't be at the bottom of an ocean, especially in a highly concentrated amount. They haven't, like, harvested a lot of it because it's at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, like the roughest ocean on the planet. But like with genuine scans, they're like, no, like that is huge piles of rare earth minerals, suggesting that like Atlantis being in the position it's theorized to be, if I pulled open a map, I could show you guys.
I fully believe it's exactly where Plato said it was.
Yes.
The very first place. We should never looked anywhere else. Pillars of Hercules on one side, the great state of Alexandria on the other side. I think it ends up being like...
it's in Western Africa.
Yeah. It's
near
just off the top of the coast in Africa. They've even found like that circular fucking impression that they say Atlantis was built around.
And like when they talk about Atlantis being like the three circles of land followed by a bunch of like canals and rivers,
they've literally found that just dry off the tip of Africa. It's crazy, but they're still like, no, that can't be it. It's exactly where Plato said it was, but that can't be it.
Oh yeah, I feel like they're deliberately not doing a dig site there. Like they don't want to look, they don't want to disrupt it, because if they do, then that answer's out there, right?
Shit like that, I feel, would shatter humanity. That's like the books at the bottom of the Vatican. That's like fucking where...
okay. It's like the fact that you can get inside the Sphinx. There was writings inside the Sphinx. Egypt is locked it off. You cannot go inside.
I remember that as a kid. And like you would see things on like Natural Geographic and David Attenborough and shit. And they used to do that. They told us that way back in the day, that there were rooms and shit in the Sphinx and in that other little statue thing off the one pier.
There we go.
To that same point, Nikola Tesla, before he became very popular for a lot of his mechanics and theories, went to Egypt and actually went inside the Sphinx, like was part of a research team that went in there. And only after that did he start developing a lot of free energy theories. The whole idea that you can essentially harness the natural energy of
the fucking Earth.
Yeah, it's funny because I was legit talking about that like yesterday or Thursday.
Tesla coils to me are like the craziest thing that we've ever touched on and walked the fuck away from.
Because
it's hard to control. That's like the biggest part that like governments hate. They're like, oh, that's like raw energy flying everywhere. You're harnessing it from almost nothing. We can't profit on it, and it's technically unsafe, so shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Oh, man. The fact that Tesla was able to do that on his own and basically power everything that he was doing at the time.
Hello there, I am Victor from the Beer Floor Hat Podcast. Are you having troubles of picking out gifts that you want something to mean something? But I have a thing for you. I partner up with somebody at work, and his website and Instagram page is called It's Right Here. He does vinyl design, wood jewelry, which is pretty cool, and keepsakes. Keepsakes like Christmas stuff, stocking stuffers, birthday things, whatever you think. He's done a few things for me, and they are amazing. You guys need to go check him out. I'll send a description below. But let him know that the Beer Floor Hat Podcast sent you there. So in other words, let him know to stay frosty.
Buy that and not having to worry. He was essentially an off-grid fucking mad scientist back then, and it was working for him.
But
just they fucking...
his biggest project was the huge, like, I don't know if you guys seen pictures of it, but it's a bit like the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
It was a huge free energy tower meant to harness energy on a large scale. That project was deliberately shut down and destroyed before he could properly experiment with it.
They actually make a reference in that in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Really?
Yep,
Okay.
they do. You see a mad scientist in the fucking middle of the woods trying to make a robot, but it's exactly same tower, same outlook of the weird fucking electrical. And what they had at the time did not have enough juice to power that robot.
But to that same design, like the fact that it is an elevated structure, like it is very pyramidal shaped, and at the top was a large metal ball, essentially designed to specifically harness stuff. Everybody knows about the missing golden tip from the Great Pyramid, which begs the question, okay, Tesla went in here, figured out free energy. Everybody knows this huge triangular structure is missing this huge metal gold tip. Is that the point of the pyramids? Was it harnessing energy?
See, I like to think that the pyramids weren't the pyramids themselves, especially the Great Pyramid, like the biggest one with the diamond or the golden tip. I like to think that wasn't made as a tomb. It's way too big, way too And it took...
There's almost no chambers inside. That's the biggest thing.
The weird thing. It's more solid than hollow, unless you go under, which is even crazier.
Because they just found out earlier this year or last year.
Fucking... It's something like 2,400 or 240 feet down. There's like 7 or 8 columns.
And
that
they're
just
huge
fucking go
columns.
all the way down. And I say all the way down. I don't know where they go, but they go down something like 200 or something feet.
Oh, they exceed the actual height of the pyramid by going into the ground.
Yeah, they're high. They're deeper than the pyramid is higher. Yes.
But it's essentially been confirmed at this point. There are these large monolithic pillars underneath the pyramid.
And like that, when I first seen that, and I seen like they called it a LiDAR scan or whatever. It looked to me like, do you know what the Baghdad battery is?
Yeah.
That weird rock they found in Iraq that had a weird copper tube in it and weird haphazard wires.
And it was like surrounding the pillar. Yep.
Apparently that thing, if you put salt water and like lime or something in there, you generated like 3 or 4 volts out of the ends, those 2 wires that came out.
And that's common knowledge. That is actual genuine science where you can make electrostatic batteries just by creating a charge difference between limestone and zinc or limestone and copper.
If those tubes are made out of anything conductive, and the top of that pyramid was a golden cap, that essentially that pyramid was a giant fucking battery. If not a battery, a transformer.
It was transforming free energy, maybe geothermal energy. Like something about the pyramids is wild, and the fact that Egypt is still like, no, we will not excavate, we will not like dig. Like, you take your scans, that's fine, that's it.
I've
like, they're clearly hiding something. You know, again, I think going back to our original point, it's for the greater public, because it's like, if they release this knowledge, like, people's minds will melt.
Yeah, exactly. There's certain things around the world that, like, if we were to find out what... not necessarily what
Welcome back for a little break, yes.
Sorry, Victor was just looking too tantalizing. I had to jump on him. He called me out for being a fucker. Yeah, this is how it goes.
Yeah, Walker fucking triggered me because that's what we do in 2026 now. But it's like what they did in the Mummy Returns. They did the whole fucking pyramid thing with the little gem on top. It's like, what did they use it for? What was the idea for the electricity coming from the Great Pyramid? Because we talked about it in our last episode of the, like, I forget whatever fucking episode, like, it's the pyramids at the time or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever title I put it in, because it's probably something snazzy. But, like, they're placed so perfectly where they're all connected with all these shit to it. Why?
Yeah, so, like, what you're directly referencing is, like, the pyramid's placement is in direct alignment with multiple
Orion's Belt and a few other constellations.
And it's on, like, very specific, while also being in line with constellations, it's on very specific, like, longitude and latitude.
Yeah.
Too, which, like, I forget what the meaning or the purpose of it was, but, like, it is very precise.
Yeah, and the base of the Great Pyramid is something like, it times 100 is the circumference of the Earth or something. Or no, sorry, it's the speed of light.
Oh, okay.
The square footage of the base of the Great Pyramid is the speed of light, and then like something about the fucking inclines in it are like, I can't even remember what they were. Something about literally every number and every mathematical equation involved in those 3 pyramids resembles something else.
Like, it's all too convenient and coincidental to say, like, yeah, they just built a pyramid here and these numbers happen to match up. But at the same time, when it's so precise, when it just clearly meets these specs, it's like, okay, something else is going on. There was some other purpose. Like, they are trying to... We can't say that they're doing it directly for, like, oh, they're signaling aliens. This is their way to beam messages to Orion's Belt on the home planet, whatever. But there is definitely a link to it.
Another thing that I find kind of, I guess, odd is we always associate mummies, fucking Egyptians, with the Great Pyramids and everything. There was not a single mummy pulled from the Great Pyramid, Khufu's Pyramid, and the other small one that's just off to the side.
No, just
all of the mummies that we found, not all, but majority of the important mummies were all found in the Valley of the Kings, a couple kilometers to the north.
Yep.
So that leads right back into it. If it wasn't a tomb, what in the fuck were you doing?
Well, it's clearly built for something else. Because there's King's Chamber and the Queen's Chamber, and then there's like a few other pathways, and then there's like vents. Very long, precise vents.
So as I said multiple times in episodes that we do here, when they're saying something over here, there's something doing over here. Because if, as my brother just said, the land of the kings or whatever,
the Valley of the Kings, know that the Valley of the Kings was essentially a giant fucking royalty graveyard.
So
tombs throughout the desert, all throughout there.
But then I remember too. Oh yeah, they have mummies in there and shit. It's like, no, they don't.
No,
that was a lie that was told to us
They
directly.
pulled a lot of artifacts and shit like that out of like the Gold Room and the King's Chamber and the Queen's Chamber. There was a lot of historical artifacts. There was no mummies in those pyramids.
Nope.
There wasn't even like a fucking mummification room or something. I had just recently seen I follow this one chick on TikTok or whatever the reels whatever the reels on Facebook come from.
Okay, yeah.
And she goes to Egypt and gets to go in like Nefertiti's tomb and shit like that. And like one of the rooms that has just become available to the public in the big pyramid is literally this giant room with like exquisite carvings and everything on the wall and a giant stone slab in the middle. And like that's it. That's literally it. There's no other exit from this room.
That was modern art back then.
The thing is, the carvings also aren't like typical.
No, they're weird. They're more intricate. Whereas like the hieroglyphs that we know of on the Sphinx and in the first chambers of the pyramids and shit, we know how.
We've deciphered that language.
Yes,
we know
what they mean. This is fucking whatever. This was the King's Chamber and shit like that. They were normal things. What's written inside that is we don't fucking.
It's all fucking jibber jabber.
It's not that it's gibberish. It doesn't make sense to us.
To me, I've seen it like a picture or two of it. I think it resembles like a computer motherboard, where like when you look at a motherboard, you see all the different lines going in different directions and stuff. Like it looks like they're
Okay, guys, might as well take your shots now. Take it away, Walker.
I never thought about that.
It's not like there's nothing more to it, but like it just generally has the appearance of circuitry or like. I only really made that connection when I was helping my buddy build his computer a few years back, and it's like I was holding a motherboard in my hand. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? And then you flip it over, and like those lines are different on the backside. So maybe there's more going on, like physically inside the walls. Maybe those channels. I believe I can't quote it perfectly, but those channels are inlaid with a small amount of like gold or copper. Like
some of them are like almost inlaid almost. Like they're. You could tell it took time. It wasn't just carving like fucking, hey, exit this way or something like that. People took time in this room. But
but it's a surprisingly empty room.
Yeah. And like another thing I remember as a kid that I don't see much in like real videos like Nat Geo of today and whatnot, like those sponsored videos and shit like that. When I was a kid, I remember seeing videos about the pyramids, and they would take their flashlights when they're giving the tours and shit like that, and they'll be like, hey, listen to this. Dum, 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 on the walls, because some of them were hollow.
Yeah.
They don't fucking tell you about that anymore. They'll show you that light absorbs into the rocks awkwardly some places, but they don't tap on the walls anymore.
That's like when we did What's the Truth About Hitler's episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, our biggest hit fucking on our album over here. That there were some guy, I was talking about it to Walker, because some guy was going through the concentration camps and asking a whole bunch of questions. I think it was one of them were doing the gas chambers or whatever. And the guy's like, this is one of the chambers, and if you look very closely, you can see nail marks in the concrete. And he's like, what? In the concrete?
Yep.
What? And the guy's like, what do you mean nails in the concrete? Like fingernails or nails? No, like no human nails. Like, it's concrete.
Like, yes, it's concrete. Much harder than nails. You're gonna have to be sitting there clawing it for a long time, or putting a lot of pressure into it.
Zyklon B, the chemical that was used in the showers and the gas chambers and shit,
was for life.
Not only that, it was said that it was
pretty fast acting.
It was a fast acting thing. For you to feel that and then start clawing at the wall instead of the wooden door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
there's clearly something else going on there, because even then when people are suffering from gas, they're going to hold their gas because
they're not going to worry about
the ground and like start heaving. Like
Zyklon B also doesn't degrade the way other nerve agents did that were developed at the time. So when they do tests and swabs on the walls that they're allowed to, the concentration camps that allow these tests to happen, there's no fucking chemical residue on the walls. There's nothing. And they'll try and, it's been washed, it's been cleaned, it's degraded, it's been 70, 80 years.
Yeah.
No, you can't wash away shit like that.
Synthetic chemicals, they do not naturally degrade.
Okay, so before I say what I'm going to say, because we're getting close to the end of the episode, and you got it planned later, or do you still got a little bit of time?
Oh, I got plenty of time.
Okay, so since we kind of veered off from the mummy, okay, if we're gonna do a whole mummy thing, would you rather live in the whole Egypt time, or would you want to live in like the world of the mummy? Which one?
Like the world of the mummy, where it's like, yes, we've genuinely discovered magical, mystical mummies and artifacts and stuff.
Yeah. Or do you mean like the time frame?
The time frame of the mummy, and like you're like basically like one of the people that find Emotep and shit.
Okay, so
or be there when Emotep.
No, do that or be there at the time of like building the pyramids and shit.
I would much rather be there at the time of building. I want to know those answers.
You know what? I really like that, because I want to say the same thing, but at the same time, I was really into the idea of archaeology as a kid. If I could go back to the area of early discovery and like be one of the fuckers like digging stuff up, like
I got first bits to do it.
Fun. Yeah,
that's another thing that I found looking into the pyramid. Apparently, that those curses and shit came long after the digs. Like
really? Okay.
the one guy who uncovered King Tut's tomb. The one that supposedly had the 7 curses put on anybody who opens this tomb, where the mummy got their idea from. The dude who financed it, yes, he died a couple months later of like natural causes. He was an old rich man at the end of the 1800s. Probably didn't have that much longer left to live anyways. Mm-hmm. The diggers were half slaves and shit that were already fucking, we're going to pay you guys pennies to go in here with dynamite and shit.
Yeah.
And, like, I think the one dude that died mysteriously was, like, murdered or something off of fucking, like, when he went back to England or whatever. Like, nobody really, like...
There was no direct connection between and like...
the booby traps that they said they had
No, not booby traps. Booby traps.
All of those that were found are, like... They may have worked, but they're not, like... In the mummy, they used that pressurized salt acid. So what they actually did was had like more Indiana Jones traps.
Yep.
Whereas it'd be like you open the door, pressure plates and shit that would lock a door behind you, or would
big running ball.
Release water. Mm-hmm. Water was something the ancient Egyptians knew how to use real fucking well. And they used fucking waterways and like gullies and shit like that.
They use that in The Mummy Returns when they actually find the bracelet.
Yes.
Thing.
Do you guys remember the Scooby-Doo movie that was based in ancient Egypt? I think they covered traps very well in that movie.
Scooby-Doo, where's my mummy?
Yes. Classic. One of my favorites.
No, it's actually on Amazon.
There we go.
That's one movie I don't own, because it's that movie was made in 2000s. So we were legit watching Scooby-Doo and Batman today. So
there you go.
But yeah.
What era would you live in then?
Oh, definitely the fucking mummy.
Okay.
I'd probably be the dumb brother, or like try to be like Rick. But yeah, I'd be the
you'd be the noble hero that pushes the team onward and sacrifices yourself to a trap.
Yeah.
There you go.
One of the main reasons why I wouldn't want to be in that time frame is one of my favorite little known fucking facts about mummies that not too many people know about. All of you fucks that went to dig up these mummies also fucking ate them. You weird motherfucker. It was
beef jerky.
Straight up at the turn of like when mummies became a big thing and Britain went on their big masquerade of stealing every fucking random ancient
artifact
thing
across the
from
world.
everybody.
Oh yeah.
They would bring back mummies and have unwrapping parties. And you would get all of your friends and your pineapples, and you would set out a mummy on the table, and you would all cut it open and sit there and eat the fucking thing. That is why we have, like, collectively 20-some mummies left in the world that were found during that time. Because so many were found privately and taken back.
Jeez. Oh, God.
Oh, gross.
I mean, the meat's preserved. I can see it.
I wonder if that was the mindset, like, oh, this is still juicy.
I think of the rugby team that crashed in the mountains, and like they essentially ate the remains of their mummified team members because it was like, it's been a few days. We have no hope of living. We have nothing to fear. The team is mummified, like, because they've been frozen, like they aren't going to decay. We eat the meat now, like. It's definitely, there's still nutrition, there's still flavor there, but eating like 1,000-year-old mummies, like, oh, human jerky, fuck, yeah.
And like, apparently another thing that they did was after the party, they'd have the bones and the rags and shit. They would take that, all of that, and grind it up, and they would sell what they called mumia, and it was like a little powder, and women would add it into their makeup. Oh. Men would put it in their fucking food. Like it was used for everything. And like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
It's not cannibalism, it's dead already.
you revved the Epstein files, right?
Exactly.
There you go. but before okay, so going back to our Hitler conversation. So Tori's learning about World War II in school.
Yep.
So I told her, when you learn about that, let me know. So they're going on about the whole like concentration camps. So like, so they tell you a number yet? She's like, no. Just so you know, it wasn't 6 million.
271K.
She's like, what do you mean? It was less than that.
Yes.
She's like, okay. I'm like, well, what else did you do? Oh yeah, we're learning about how like we won and all that. So one of my classmates turned around and was like, why don't we learn what the other side thought?
Hey, yo, these kids are
no. This is what her teacher said, and Tori loved this teacher. I would love to answer that for you, but I have to teach you what I have to teach you.
Mm-hmm. It's in the curriculum. This is what you're supposed to teach the kids.
Tori, I got respect for that teacher.
Mm-hmm. The fact that she's able to acknowledge it very clearly, like, good on her. Like, yeah.
Yeah, most teachers would be like,
she's like, this is what I have to teach.
Yeah.
Not ignoring the question, telling them, I would love to answer that, but this is what I have to teach.
Yeah.
That teacher should fucking just turn around and just, so you know what? Like, yeah, let's learn about the other side. Because Mr. Forsyth was the same way.
Oh, Mr. Forsyth, yeah, he loved talking about the other side, but he was still very much... He had to teach the Allied side.
Yes, he had to teach the Vector side. Mm-hmm. But he showed a movie that Germany made, and, like, of course, like, no one understands, okay, they were just doing their job. Soldiers were doing their job. Mm-hmm. This is my job.
They were 100% in an economic recession. They were seeing lots of progress from the Nazi Party in the mid-30s. Of course they're going to support their country coming back from literally death.
Yeah.
So I told Tori, I'm like, so Tori, when you're talking about it, you gonna ask your teacher how it started? She's like, why? Just ask.
Ask her about the original rallies, the first couple.
I think, okay, I don't want to make this comparison because it's kind of a long stretch, but it's kind of like where, okay, the political party, there's a large movement of people doing this big bad thing. You might not be involved, but you're still part of the country. Yeah. You still need to live. It's kind of like Trump being a little bit of a warmonger at the moment.
Yep. Burning
America's cash for no real reason, even though he said he wouldn't. There's all kinds of Americans that don't support it, but they need to live.
Yeah.
They're going to continue working. They're going to continue ultimately contributing to the economy, which ultimately funds the war engine because they need to live, because they don't want to fucking die.
Yeah. You can't just not fucking follow what you're being forced, I guess, fucking, especially in a place like the States.
Yeah. Oh, it's so big. There's no refugee space to go to unless you want to run to Mexico or Canada, and then
I'd rather go to Mexico because you come up here, you're fucked.
Kind of.
Welcome to Canada.
Canada was almost 7 in the genuine country annex, like in the early 2000s. We dropped right out of the top 10, right out of the top 20. Like, we are not doing.
Man,
great.
I remember when I was a kid, we used to be right up top there. We used to be one of the top nations.
Yeah, we used to be.
Yeah,
we used to be like proud. Yeah, we bring people in. We're fucking cool. Now, like, we're adults. Like, why the fuck are we doing this?
Oh, gosh,
like, what the fuck?
I was gonna say, I talked to a lot of my immigrant coworkers, and they've been to multiple countries. They've done work in other countries, and they say, like, Canada is genuinely one of the hardest countries to live in right now, just because it is so financially infeasible to combat a lot of stuff.
What are you talking about? We're living in the greatest time in a decade. Like, Carney's like the best fucking guy on the planet, and like, Jesus Christ, I never listened.
I'm not gonna talk about his policies right now. They're interesting.
Like, fuck, like it was funny. The mother-in-law was here today, and like, cause the father-in-law's going away, and they're going to the States. And, he's going to Trump land. Like, yeah, he loves Trump. Like, I really wanted to put my 2 cents in, but I kept my fucking mouth shut. I'm like, well, Carney's not any fucking better. He got voted in by his liberal fucking friends and does legit jack shit for the fucking country. Like, fucking, like, $3.2 billion to fucking, like, overseas for schools or something.
Yeah, no, it's the continuation of the Liberal Party
fuck.
dumping money
elsewhere.
Yeah, I think the number over the past 10 years that the Liberals sent out of the country was $3.2 trillion, which is money that should have come back into Canada, should have kept our economy alive and running, should have kept it a very healthy country, but all this money was immediately flowing out from the federal government level.
Well, it was going to Ukraine, okay?
Yes.
Stop that.
Someone's got to fund all the drones.
Yes, exactly. So, like, yeah, it was fun. Because Victoria's like, yeah, learn about World War II. And I'm like, great, awesome, my forte. It was like, because, like, doing the Hitler episode and then doing our What If We Lost episode was so hard to do.
Oh, we've tackled World War II in a few different ways on this podcast.
Yeah, it's just a fun topic to do because, like,
there's so much conspiracy.
There's so much.
There's so much.
A big thing Hitler was doing was trying to find all these Egyptian artifacts, all these ancient things that were supposed to be cursed.
Also harnessing supernatural powers. Have you guys heard of that bell thing he was trying to make that magically disappeared?
No. All the bells around the world mysteriously got all destroyed.
See, I didn't know there were other ones. I know he had the one in, like, the
Berlin.
Yeah. Was it Berlin?
I think
he had
Berlin.
one hidden up north. I didn't think he had one, like, centrally located. He had one in, like, the middle of a forest or something where that Stonehenge fucking relic is.
Okay.
So he had one out in the middle of the woods. It was a secret, like, base thing in, like, northern Germany. And it still stands today. There's, like, a literal a Stonehenge, basically. Fucking, like, 100 feet wide or whatever. And it has all of the pieces, though.
Yeah.
It's complete, and apparently that's where the Dare Bell or whatever it was called, that's where that thing hung. And there's still chain fucking anchors on all the things, because apparently this thing would, like, start spinning or hovering or something like that and emitting energy.
Because there's a theory out there that, like, the reason why we have no more actual bells anymore is because the bells had, like, a humming noise that would reduce cancers.
Okay, so like frequency treatment then. Okay.
So they actually tested it in a science lab and like it was able to create cancers and make those cancers go away. Yep. And that project got fucking discontinued.
Yeah, that's actually in one of my topics I've been talking to in here. That's one of the things, one of like covert operations that has slowly come to light is that was something that they were trying to do.
Yep.
And like it was.
It is genuine scientific fact that like you can destroy something by essentially hitting it with exactly this resonance or frequency that thing operates on, because all matter is shaking, all matter has its own resonance. If you hit something with that, or like the anti-wave essentially, you can essentially disassemble that matter, turn it off.
So that basically goes to, like, let's say music.
You can kill cancer that way. Music is...
See? And that's enough. Okay. that is where my topic went into. Apparently, the CIA, when they took over that idea, per se, because the States and the CIA and their fucking secret op teams, they took things from everywhere else in the world and developed their own way. They heard about the sound shit, and they started to test on music notes, on like what it would do to physical material, not just on a cellular level. They tried to see what it would do to your brain, what sounds, what pitches, what frequencies would just make your fucking head explode, not like physically explode, but make you sit there and think your brain's fucking ticking. And like these are real things that they went out and tested. And no different than MK Ultra or fucking Operation Paperclip or shit like that, where no, we didn't do it. We're not developing this. Okay, we were. We
shut it down though.
Yeah, we shut it down. It's all over with. And now the States have a sound gun. Like what?
Oh god, there's all kinds of new resin technology coming out. Like it's crazy.
Because the only reason why I bring that up is because, like, take music for example. If you're pissed off, guess what kind of music you're gonna listen to? Pissed off music to make you not pissed off anymore.
Yeah.
If you're feeling good music, you're gonna listen to like fucking feeling good music, make yourself feel more good.
Yeah.
Oh, music genuinely influences your brainwaves.
Sad music, you're gonna feel okay. Like I'm kind of depressed, but I feel better now for listening to this fucking My Chemical Romance song.
Yeah.
Like this is why we made the fucking emo era. Like fuck, that's a whole fucking other topic.
Man, there's so many like weird ticks like that the States and obviously other countries probably went to as well, but like the extent that they went, like can't remember what the operation was called, but in the 60s during MK Ultra and the CIA boom with their fucking testing and shit, they were actively trying to find people with superpowers.
Yes.
100% superpowers. And
it was a real thing, even though like a lot of media covers it.
Yeah, and the thing that they found out was that if you and me are put on two separate sides of the country.
Yeah.
And one dude would sit there and he would draw something.
Yep.
And the other dude would be looking at that something. And the States found out that something like 6 out of 10 times or something like that, they would be right. And they're like, hey, there's something here. And they kept advancing on that. And they eventually, like, again, shut down the program because it wasn't going anywhere. But they boosted that number up to like 8 out of 10. Almost to near perfection. And then shut it down like every other CIA.
Well, because it gets to the point where they turn around and say, you know what, we have something here and it's dangerous.
Well,
that or they figured it out.
Exactly.
And they said, oh no, we cut it off here.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. I'm like, oh, so you guys harnessed it, eh?
You know.
Well, that's why Stranger Things is a big thing.
Apparently, fucking Stranger Things is based on some like weird fucking
mock talk.
Supernatural. It was some again supernatural research center where they were trying to tap into people's fucking subconscious and shit like that.
Yeah, there's an actual place, and like that's what
they reference it in Stranger Things.
I was gonna say that's where fucking Father's fucking facility is.
No. Hopper, the cop, actually gets a job opening in Montauk.
After the events
of Stranger Things. He's like, oh yeah, I got a job opening. It's like, I couldn't refuse it because like it deals with people like 11.
Oh, what? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So did you ever watch? I watched a little bit of it, and when Matt was up, I sat with them while they watched the ending of it. I don't know. I was never really into it. I thought the first season was really good. Yeah. It took to a lot of like 80s horror and like 80s fucking B-list movies and shit. But then it just, I don't know, I couldn't keep with it.
I think they really wanted to make it 3 seasons, but then it kept going. Like
it blew up. It blew it up.
Yeah. And then as soon as it ends, they're like, oh, we're recasting everybody, making a cartoon now.
Yeah.
Well, which is fair.
But at the same time, like, they're essentially retconning most of the series.
That's what I mean. This is apparently in the middle of the series where that gap was, and they're just like, well, we're going to fill it now.
Yep. And, like, the one thing I don't like about that series is that, like, they had, like, the ending is not the ending.
The ending didn't make sense to me. Like,
The
I
ending
obviously didn't pay enough attention throughout the whole show, but the one place Vecna was weak, he just let everybody go there and didn't take any of his Demogorgons to guard this place.
Mm-hmm. That everybody calls it that plot point, because even the Underdark or whatever, the Upside Down, there was like a surprising lack of Demogorgons.
Yeah.
There was a surprising lack of forces.
No, because
I mean, they were still there.
It's not the Upside Down. It's the Abyss.
Well, yeah, the Abyss, but like both had like a surprising lack of
Like, from what I
monsters.
remember in the last couple episodes, everything in the Upside Down was between Father's fucking henchman and Hopper trying to get 11 out. And everything that was going on in the fucking dream world of
Abyss.
Vecna, the Abyss, they were just walking through this giant fucking desert to get to this thing in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally walked like fucking Goku for half an episode.
Yeah.
And then just had this big ending battle with the fucking giant alien with no anything around it. Vecna just completely left this place unguarded and
Because what I think of being someone that pays close attention, because if you take a look at the end scenes of the show, everybody has the same haircut as Vecna, as when he was fucking what is ever his name, George or whatever,
Will or
or
not
him,
Will, but
or whatever, like his human form.
Henry
had the same haircut as Henry.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of weird things that was happening. When Mike opened up the door, the first episode was on the left-hand side, not the right-hand side.
So slight differences.
That was something fucking I seen a couple days after I watched the episode. Apparently the fucking garage door flipped.
Yeah. No, the basement door.
Basement door, yeah. It flipped its hinges in the last episode.
Because everybody thought there was going to be a special episode, which they fucking should have, because
Conformity gate.
because it makes no sense for Vecna to lose that easily.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what got me. Vecna was built as this super duper villain that nobody was going to be able to beat, and he just left his fucking...
It just wasn't Vecna. It was the Mind Flayer.
Yes.
The Mind Flayer was still alive when Vecna was getting attacked.
They definitely left a lot of strings hanging or a lot of loose ends, and they were just kind of like, fuck it, this is the last season anyway, let it happen.
Like, I'm just waiting for them to, like, come out, oh, yeah, just so you know, a 3-part episode of season 7 coming out now.
I fucking the entire time was like, the last episode is going to end with them at the fucking table in the basement.
Yep.
And Will's like, good game, guys. Yep. I honestly thought that's how it was going to end. Almost how the final scene went. Mm-hmm. But without them realizing that everything actually happened, them just closing the book and walking away.
Yeah, it was a Dungeons & Dragons fucking campaign.
Just straight up, because that's how, oh man, even the last episode's fucking intro, when they started showing like the Stranger Things game guide and shit, I was like, wait, no, it's all a fucking game. It's all in the kid's head. Will's dealing with fucking losing his mom or something.
No, it's Mike.
Or whatever, yeah.
It's Mike losing Will. It was
there's a lot of theories around that.
Wouldn't it have been the other way around, Will losing Mike?
No, because
Mike was the kid that got taken?
No, Will was the kid that got taken. Mike was...
Oh, yeah.
Mike's coping mechanism was making a Dungeons & Dragons thing to keep Will's memory alive.
And then when they made the whole arc at the end with Henry and going into his mind and it being all this... I was like, well, now they're into people's heads. They're definitely making this a game at the end.
Yep. But like I they made season 1 to like fucking 5 made Will such a bitch.
Oh god, the entire time.
And then
all of a sudden he's Superman with
hold on.
powers.
From like fucking episode 1 to 4. Oh guys, I can't do this without you.
Boys.
And then like ends up like the only one time a Demogorgon lunges at Mike, fucking turns out to be a fucking husband. Ends up being a fucking badass. What the fuck was that the whole time? And then wastes it.
Oh,
fucking wastes it. That's like fucking Indiana Jones just fucking shooting that dude and getting one off set. That's what it felt like.
I love that.
Like they wasted so much. Like what happened? Like they should have had Will face Vecna instead of fucking 11.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, I can see that.
Because what would have happened?
Well, because ultimately he did, because he was fighting in Vecna's mind while 11 was fighting up front.
Yes, but that was such a bitch way to do it.
Nah, fair enough.
Like I can see why they're making 11 the hero, because 11's been there since like season 1. But Will was the one that got kidnapped and like got fucked with.
Yeah.
Like basically got mouth fucked. And like turned around and, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with this guy. 11, you stay back.
There
like,
you go.
I might be gay, but I got some balls. Like, fuck. I fucking hated the ending of that fucking show. It was so fucking terrible.
Don't worry, you aren't the only one that has that.
Oh, I fucking know that. Like, they fucking kiboshed that fucking season so fucking hard.
It happens all the time.
I was
TV
fucking
shows.
like, and we were talking about it because we did our Stranger Things review.
Yeah.
I wanted Eddie to come back because they fucking teased it for so long.
I knew it was never gonna happen. I know you wanted it so bad, but it just wasn't
because they did the whole
they paid
Iron
way
Man.
too much money to get Metallica in that one episode.
No.
They couldn't write it out.
No. It was
the actor
Iron
had
Maiden.
problems as well.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it was Iron Maiden.
No. It was Metallica's song when he did the fucking intro. But the whole storyline for Eddie's character was Iron Maiden, because he fucking turns around and shows Lucy. Yeah, it's Lucy, right?
Lucy?
No, Sydney, I think.
Chrissy.
Chrissy, wake
up!
Yeah, he shows like, oh, what kind of music you into? Oh, like this music shows a tape recording of Iron Maiden with Eddie on it.
Oh.
And then there's one when he dies. Fuck, what is his name? The kid that has the fucking weird bone thing. Dennis?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Fuck, Tori likes him for some strange reason. The nerd kid that got his ass kicked in the last season.
Oh, Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin.
Oh.
He finds a tape recording of Eddie's favorite album, and it's an album where it has, like, not Eddie on it, but it has a poster saying Eddie's alive on that album cover. That was the whole reason why people kept fucking watching that show, because they were thinking that Eddie was gonna fucking, as Iron Man, come back as fucking Vecna's fucking right-hand man and sees Dustin and, like, turns around and like, oh, fuck, I can't do this, and kills him.
That could have been a cool arc.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It could have been a chance.
They had it in the palm of their hand and fucking fell through.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed listening to this episode. We're running a little long. But
yes.
We actually got onto mummies this time.
Yes, we did.
And we got to talk a little bit about our fun stuff. So,
yeah.
But yeah, hopefully next week we can do something fun like the music thing.
Yeah, there we go.
Or what if Middle Earth? That would be a fun episode to do.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, you guys will find out next week.
Until next time.
On Dragon Ball Z, we always stay frosty.
Staring down, Moon and the cat's the biggest pussy in town.